The second most difficult portage paddling from Sebago to the sea is the portage around Presumpscot Falls. All the portages are along River Right, and the first one you come to, you see a set of stone stairs. Now again, with all these portages, it depends on what boat you have, if you're alone or if you're portaging with someone else, and how far you like to be from the portage, how far you have to carry versus how difficult it is to pull up the shore. This one is pretty easy. It's stone stairs, and they're very well made and well spaced, and it leads right up to the beautiful Presumpscot Falls Trail. The next one, just a little bit further downstream from the stone stairs, is a set of wooden stairs. Also very easy, maybe a little easier on some boats to pull up. Again, it totally depends on your situation. If you're carrying a light boat, it may be just as easy for you to pull it up the stairs and then carry it a pretty far ways down the trail. Then again, you may want to wait and paddle a little further downstream where the portages are not quite so well formed and where you have to find dirt, mud, or sand trails to pull up. The third portage is a pretty simple slope, but there's a good bit of debris and fallen logs around there. That comes just after the wooden stairs. The next portage is what I call a dog beach. Certainly I swim there too, but I have never gone past this beach without seeing a dog there swimming. It's nice soft gray mud, and it's pretty easy to pull a canoe up the gentle slope. If you decide to take out here, then go back to the start of the beach to find the trail back up to the Presumpscot Trail. As you can see, most of the areas here have very steep climbs up, and now you come to the first real and largest warning about the upcoming falls. This is the first warning to portage, and this is possibly as good a place as any to pull out, but go back to the start of the beach to find your way out. Next, you come upon a second doggy beach, which again has a long, soft gray sand beach and a pretty easy pull up. Then you come to a very small sign that says warning portage in 600 feet. Not sure how useful that sign is, but when you see that, it's just another warning that you have to get out of the water. And this comes up now to the third doggy beach. Again, not a bad place to pull up. It's a pretty easy slope. But you better take out here. If you get to the third doggy beach, you better be up on the trail by now because, uh-oh, too late. Too late. Do whatever you can do to get to the shore now because you do not want to go over those falls. These are very strong Class 3 rapids and probably even Class 4 because there's so many rocks on the way down. There's no good chutes. And there's no point in ever trying to portage out on those rocks there. I mean, if you're stuck and you have to do whatever you can do to get off to the side. But there's no portage from this spot down. You have to portage well before the falls. As you can see also, the falls look very different from my last video just a week ago and from the one a few weeks before that. They change very dramatically with the tide, the water and rainfall, and they're very beautiful though. It's certainly worth stopping your portage and looking at it. Then when it's time to decide where to put back in, I find this to be my favorite spot to put back in. Climb down right after the falls and there's a nice gentle little eddy pool, but it also lets you go out into a little bit of rapids at the end. So easy to put in the eddy pool and then you get to ride a few rapids afterwards. That's my preferred spot. It's a little bit of a tricky portage down that steep rocky ledge though. None of the portages to put back in, however, are all that great. Every single one has to do with climbing over rocks. And if you go around the next bend just after the falls are finished, it's not a bad climb with partly a dirt trail, but then you're still climbing over some smooth granite. Next one, same thing, maybe a little bit more of a trail. You've got to break through a few brush to get there. but it's maybe even a little flatter, and the river's even a little quieter down here. Nothing really but quick water here. But once again, once you get down to the water, you do have to go across rocks to get in. Big glacial formations. The last one is the same story again, just a little further down the trail. Maybe a little nicer trail. And it seems that maybe once you climb over the initial rocks, that the put in here is possibly even a little flatter and a little smoother. And the water is certainly easy to get in here. Once you're back in the river here, there are a few little Class 1 rapids, and then you get to Casco Bay.